Hello, it's Justin Woodall, your trusted Athens real estate advisor. And today I want to talk to you about appraisal concerns. So as you probably know, we're in a super hot market. Demand is high, supply is low, prices are rising, and occasionally we run into instances where a house will actually sell for more than the appraiser can value it at. So what happens in that situation? So I just want to share that with you. If you find yourself in that situation as a buyer or as a seller, and believe it or not, we're actually even seeing some instances where buyers are buying homes regardless of the appraised value, or they're agreeing to pay a certain amount of dollar above the appraised value. So, but appraisals are important. So how do you navigate that, and what do you need to know about appraisal contingency? So generally speaking, with an appraisal contingency, the buyer has the opportunity during the contract term, especially if they're financing, the bank's going to order an appraisal. The appraiser will go out, do the report. They'll come up with a valuation based on other sales in the area. And so that poses part of the problem, is that the appraisal is based on history and homes that have sold in the past. And in a rising market, prices are going up. So when you're looking backwards, the prices are a little bit lower than what's actually happening in today's world and in today's market. So three things can happen if the house does appraise low. One, the buyer can just renegotiate the price. Let's just say, for instance, you go under contract for $400,000 and the house appraises at $390,000. Well, the buyer can come back and say, hey, Mr. Seller, Mr. and Miss Seller, I'll pay $390,000, but that's what it appraised for. That's all I'm paying for, even though your contract price may have been $400,000. So then you as a seller have the option. You can agree to that, drop it to $390,000, or you can say, nope, I'm out. I'm not dropping it. We agreed at $400,000. You can buy it for $400,000 or not buy it. So then the buyer has the option. They can cancel that contract if it doesn't appraise. So the two options the buyer has is, one, renegotiate the price if the seller agrees, or two, walk away if the seller refuses to drop that price. The third thing that can happen is the buyer agrees to pay the additional money as cash at closing. So the bank says, basically, we're going to finance this house based on $390,000, not $400,000. So the loan that the buyer is getting is based on $390,000. So they have to bring an extra $10,000 in cash to the closing. Now, how does that make a big difference? If that buyer is putting 3% down on a $400,000 house, that's $12,000. So if they have to bring another 10, now they're bringing 22,000 instead of 12. That's quite a big difference. On the reverse of that, just say the buyer had just sold a house in another state, made a windfall. They're coming to this house. They're going to put $200,000 down. Well, 50%. So the bank looks at that and says, well, hey, that's not a problem because you're putting down such a large down payment. So if you're a seller and you're negotiating and there's an appraisal contingency, if the buyer's putting down a large down payment, it's less of a concern than if they're putting down a small down payment. So hope that helps you to understand how appraisals work and how to navigate the appraisal process. And I hope you found this helpful. And if so, and you'd like to see other videos like this, check out our YouTube channel and click subscribe.